Welcome back to Rote Reactions. I'm here with my fabulous co-host.
Hi, this is Albert Nufflet.
Hey, so we are now delving further into Anne Rice's World of Vampires with Interview with the Vampire, episode 2 of the first season, and this one is called After the Phantoms of Your Former Self.
Oh my God.
So, you saw the ending of that last one where you got to see how Louis was made. That was incredible.
Oh my God.
The filmography of it, the videography of it was just unbelievable. You know, like when that guy was running and he was like, it was all in slow-mo, but then
that
you
was
saw
so cool.
It was done so beautifully.
It's the
I
coolest thing. Yeah. It's
So
much more elegant than just showing the blur of the vampire moving, because you see it from their perspective, right? So, oh my God, it's like, no, I loved it. Yeah.
All right, so here we go with episode 2, After the Phantoms of Your Former Self.
And since last week, I've had sympathy for the devil in loop in my mind because it was featured in the old movie. So since I watched oh my God, I don't know. I'm obsessed with this new series now.
Mr. Dulac, how long have you been dead?
I said you'd do it for 10%.
10% for all the work?
These men look down on you. Do you not know your value?
He wouldn't tell me how he did it.
Don't do that here!
Not with my family.
I loved my brother more than anyone on earth.
Paul!
Paul!
Paul's in hell because of you.
Help me, please. I lay down with the devil.
Be my companion.
Abby, sign me up.
Would you become a vampire, really?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't think I would. Wow.
And that's saying something, because I used to have a very big fear of blood.
Yeah. Okay, that little thingy, that was incredible. They look like the jaws of a vampire. It is so cool.
Yeah, the artwork in this is just phenomenal.
It's Venetian, a contemporary of Tintoretto's.
I think that's Armand.
Never heard.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't really said, but in the trailer for season 2, he's at the Theater of the Vampires in France. So I think he might be Armand.
The building sways a bit, but that is according to its design.
I don't know.
Wait. He said that Marius painted that. Wow.
Your meal, which is ready now.
Did you always work for him?
Please, have a seat.
Sign an NDA? I mean, is it only work, or are you and he...
I serve a god. It is my honor to serve. Mr. Dulac will join you at course 7.
7? But how many courses are there?
43. No.
Duck foie gras terrine, pickled fruit, roasted apple bonbon.
Ew, foie gras.
Yeah.
No way, I would.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
There he is. You missed at least 3 or 4 endangered species.
I want to apologize for my outburst earlier. I can assure you it will not happen again.
Memory is a monster. We forget. It doesn't. This is session 2. Louis de Pontelac. Can we turn down the music?
Ajo blanco, bread, crushed almonds, garlic, olive oil, salt, a garnish of green grapes, and AB negative, fresh from the farm. Bon appetit.
Pardon me.
I wonder if he's using synthetic blood.
Vampires walk into a church. That's where we left off.
Blissing out post-priesticide.
Yep.
Bliss was merely a stage in my transformation. Pain followed. A seizing and unrelenting pain through which I would pass before my apprenticeship began.
What's happening?
Your body is confused. Your lungs feel like water, your heart fire. You feel as if you're dying. Because you are.
I was gonna say, because you are.
Yep.
And then there's the red suit. I recognize
Yeah.
how good I am emphasizing cleanliness after I overindulged. But proper disposal is the penance of a sated vampire. And you won't always have a conveniently located graveyard nearby.
Whoa.
We live off the blood of the living. Lap up the blood of the deceased and it'll suck you right down into death along with your victim.
He's so helpless.
I know. I'm more impressed at his casual strength, like here, Lestat. That's so cool.
Well, I mean, it's got to be. He's got to be so inured to it all, you know.
Yeah. His vampire sight. Yes.
There's a spark.
Pardon me, my Chinese food. I love how they did this, but I almost like the way True Blood did the vampire sight more.
Uh-huh.
Illuminating the district with overwhelming detail.
I remember this from the books, like the way it's described, just like how much he can see now. It is so cool.
You were fucking loaded.
Beyond articulation.
Your ears will pick up the world like a maddening symphony. Follow my voice. A single string. Your eyes will wander, led by your hunger. Are you hungry, Louis? They were your brothers and sisters once, but now they're your savory inferiors. A young tempranillo, fleshy and tart. A primitivo, hints of iron, rather plain otherwise. A pair of oak-aged Cabernet, thick-skinned and chewy. Hunting is an art. You have the power to subdue anyone you want, but sometimes restraint is your most powerful weapon. Straight to the prettiest girl at the party. I admire the aesthetic. But you'll spend most of the evening trying to separate him from his crew. You'll race the sun for the kill, and when he turns up missing in the morning, you'll have half the frigate on the prowl looking for him. In the beginning, it's best to let the food come to you.
Here you go. I was a baby bird in Lestat's nest, not yet ready to hunt, but desperate to feed.
You gentlemen down here now, what do you grow? You grow cotton?
Sugar.
Sugar.
You're beginning to frighten the man.
So I look at my daughter's tear-stained face, and I say to her, Maggie, that's why your daddy sells tractors. International Harvester Farmall. Go ahead and take that. Might come in handy. So I am talking about
Right.
open-geared beast.
His sleeves are all bloody.
That's right. Wait, how did they get him to go there? Like,
Well, I mean,
talk about farm. Am I right?
yeah, sure, totally, yeah.
Streamline tractor. Now, not only going to increase your harvest, it's going to keep your child from tears. Oh, thank you. You
No, he's fine.
on your sleeve.
Whenever you're ready, Louis.
I knew it. I knew it.
Cool. Oh, ouch.
The neck, right the neck, Louis. No, no, you don't bite the blood. You suck it.
That was morbidly funny.
But I'm thinking Persian. Arabesque, maybe.
Did you ever read Memnoch the Devil, the fourth book in the series?
I think I did. I think I read a bunch of them.
That's the one where he becomes human. Lestat becomes human for a while.
You come to enjoy it. It's
Oh my God, yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
That was really funny in the books. I would love to see that recreation here.
I gotta collect money from the cribs.
Yeah.
I have all the money we need. Please.
I have to go see Grace and Paul.
Oh, reality's crashing down now. Whoa!
I need to go.
Right.
Yeah, in the daylight.
Yeah. But he needs to. Oh my God! No, 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 no. I mean, at least. I mean, everybody knows that, right?
The sun gives life to everything but us. I should have told you that. The life of a vampire has its challenges.
See, it would be appropriate for me because I'm not much of a sun person.
Oh, okay.
So I
all
wouldn't
right.
miss it.
I would. So much.
Shipping yards, conventioneers, thrill-seeking tourists, far flung from their homes. The laissez-faire attitude of the local police force. Oh yes. Perfect setting for a vampire home. A vampire romance.
Cool.
And it fits too.
We'll get to your own soon enough. You've had a long life, Louis. And such an extraordinary one ahead.
Have a rest.
It's okay. You can be on top.
Hell of a bender.
He rushed me headlong through the encounter as if it was something to put behind us. Death, rebirth, coming out, homicide. Too many firsts for one night.
Coming out? You robbed a daughter of her father. Maybe a pet pony. How's sexuality play in that?
It's a complicated question, Daniel.
Oh God, is he still
Repelli, or repels.
a fox?
Back to the salesman for a sec. Clearly you were haunted by it, the taste of his blood in the back of your throat, up in your gums.
Let me ask you, Daniel, you contemplate the life of the rabbit before you cut it? Or do you...
Good point.
Our book must be a warning as much as anything. I did not readily take to killing.
When I first started learning English,
And that's his biggest issue. I mean, that's why he now has a farm with blood and.
And
So,
that's why,
yeah.
and that continues.
Yeah,
I don't know that he ever really gets over it, to be honest.
I don't think he does. No,
that's when
and that's one of the things that drives him away from Lestat.
I have
Lestat revels in his role as a killer,
Right.
as a hunter.
Right.
I'm having the start, not dreams. Ben, how's your arm?
Is it healing properly? You might need a proper doctor, my friend.
The arm's fine.
You let me know if you need a doc.
There is something, Mr. Dulac. The new gaming house you're fixing on for the alderman. I want to manage it. I'm good with people. And I'm good with numbers.
I'll take it up with family.
Much obliged.
He's lying, you know.
Didn't figure him a bean counter.
No, he wants the job so he can steal from you. Overcharge for drinks and women. Not enough for you to notice, but enough to make him good extra, he calls it.
And you know that because you got in his head just now.
Vampires can read minds, mon cher.
Right. And you gonna sit on that skill for how long? You gonna make me beg?
Every human thought boils down to three things. I want food, I want sex, I want to go home. You see that man right there? I want you to peel away every sound until you find his heartbeat. Now hold the heartbeat. You hear his lungs leaking and flooding air. His mind is just another bodily sound.
Day and a half since my last meal. Church says pray about it. Lord can't make me no food.
I want food. Shall we?
It's not cheating with a woman, because I can't get pregnant.
Right.
This town and be somebody.
That's not.
I'll give it a moment.
Well, I'll just go home.
Hola.
Wait, I saw a little.
Come on.
Yes. You'll see as your powers grow, you can see their thoughts like a one-reeler almost. Dull, monotonous picture shows. It's a very distracting gift, the petty musings of meat.
Peel back on me then. What am I thinking right now?
You'll have to tell me yourself. A sacrifice is made when the dark gift is shed.
You can't read my mind anymore?
The architects of our creation mean to humble us. We're at the mercy of the other's discretion.
Just like to me.
You're not one of them anymore, fledgling. You chase after phantoms of your former self.
The title.
Right, but will he?
My unwillingness to separate from humanity was a constant struggle in my vampiric existence.
Yep.
I felt it was essential to maintain ties. But it was getting more difficult.
The curtain goes up at 8.
We'll only be here an hour.
They'll seat us late and we'll miss Nora's entrance for the Christmas tree.
Ain't gonna miss anything.
Look what the wind.
They're already bickering like her. That's funny.
You remember Lestat?
Madame de Pontelac, all the kindness for the invitation.
I don't remember inviting him, but please, take your overdressed self and have a fun time.
All right.
Have a banjo band in your front yard. Madame.
Louis. Was that necessary?
Move half a mile away. Don't come see your family for half a season. Don't come back, fragile son.
Haven't heard a knock on my door. It's a half mile both ways, Mama.
Look at his nails. He's getting his fingernails done. And the glasses. Some fashion, certain men like him do, Lord.
Our docs.
Maybe he shouldn't do that. That's like.
Sensitive eyes. You seen Grace about? You see my alligator, man? See my lost it by the punch bowl.
Oh, been too long.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, she's. Oh, that's cute.
You making me an uncle out here?
Who told you?
Yeah.
No one told me.
It was
Tell
like,
me.
Yeah.
as long as you told me you wanted. And what? And what?
Only twins.
You a fool, Dr. No. Oh, I miss you. Look at me, Louis. Take them glasses off and look at your baby
Give me those
sister.
back.
Your eyes. Search window.
Same eyes, same me.
Different you. Better you, I'd say. You hide from me this long again, I'll hunt you down and slap you sideways.
Oh.
Oh, no, Louis. What is this? I don't need your money.
It ain't for you, it's for the babies.
Stop it with the babies. One's gonna be plenty.
It's two of them.
Well, this will come in handy then.
Now, I know it's hard to see it now, but Mr. Fenwick gonna have himself the most profitable sporting house this side of Basin Street.
The alderman certainly thinks so, but then you have to ask yourself why he sent me.
New business? New partner? No, sir, Mr. Carlo, I do the same thing myself.
You got your own personal attorney, do you, boy?
No, sir, but then I'm not an alderman, am I?
No. You're his partner.
Dozen rooms, proper acoustics for the musician. You know, good for those waiting. Best to drown out the business behind the wall.
Yes. Well, you really do have a mind inside that head of yours, don't you?
I know some of the finishes seem penny heavy, but it's the alderman's name going out there. So every detail has to shout exclusivity.
Yeah, bright and industrious, huh?
Ugh, that's 3. This is getting so annoying.
Yes, sir.
Now, I must say I had my doubts, but you really have earned your 15%.
You dead now, boy.
Exceptional Negro.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, fine, Skate.
Exceptional Negro. Thank you, sir. It was the call and response of my entire life. I had let them talk to me like that so long, I stopped hearing it. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Subject, verb, agreement, sir. Smile, nod. Yes, sir. They all came from the same organ inside me. An organ unknown to science at the time, because what scientist would look for an organ found only in black men who used their weakness to rise? But I wasn't a man anymore. I was something else. I had powers now, and decades of rage to process, and it was both random and unfortunate the man picked that night to dabble in fuckery. If not him, would have been the next man.
Louis, my boy!
Oof. He had it coming. That was very satisfying, yeah.
From your place of business, what would you think? Disrespecting me. How did he do that? He told me I did a good job.
You are a library of confusion. Yes, let's have this conversation again.
Color, white, Creole, French, queer, half queer, mostly queer. What is it?
Non-discriminating.
All right, well put.
Situation we got here is what I'm saying.
A couple of parish priests go missing. People say fine. Most likely kid fiddlers. But this was an important man in town. The police will be looking for this man, Fledgling.
That's why we got this piece here.
No, you need to show restraint, Fledgling.
Oh, you need to stop using that word right now, because it sounded a little like slave. Well, that's what it fucking sound like. It's what it feel like sometimes.
Ooh.
Fuck you. Va te faire foutre aussi.
They both get under each other's skin.
Yeah. This gives such an interesting dimension to the relationship.
For the record, if disrespect was done to you, I would have killed him myself. Well, what can I do to make it up to you?
I want to buy the Fair Play Saloon.
That's ambitious.
You don't want to help, I do it myself.
Ridiculous of you to mix human and vampire business. It always ends poorly. But how can I stop you? How can I say no to you?
Oh.
I do not see the clause in this paperwork wherein I continue to eat, drink, and fornicate on the house. Louis?
You have my word? My word is thicker than paper. Tom, it was a grand and loving gesture on Lestat's part.
That's a mighty tall ladder you're climbing, Mr. Dulac.
And And I was now the owner of the brightest club in the district. My club, my rules. And it was a pointless point of pride that I paid back every cent I borrowed from Lestat. It was everything I had ever wanted or wished for. And it doubled nicely as a revolving door of prey.
You fellas know where I can find a Fair Play Saloon?
We're about 5 years late.
So how long are you in town for?
Yeah, I'm just
From 1912 to 1917, I made a mountain of money. Enough to retire and be buried like a pharaoh.
We named him Benjamin. Benny. Did you even meet the twins?
Oh, ma'am.
Ma'am. I look that old to you.
No, I mean, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting more of the family. Been so busy with work and,
Wait.
You know my situation.
Wow, the way she said it. Ouch.
Is the stat still right?
Yes, it's Lestat.
Got some gumbo on the stove still. Tasted great this evening. Let me fix you some.
I'm good.
Oh, your nephew.
Oh.
He's the quiet one, this one. The other two, the twins, Lord help us.
But like, he lives in the same city. Like, really, he hasn't met them? Why? Like,
because it's just easier to stay away.
well,
This-
yeah, but
This here.
dude, no. That's messed up.
Yes, but he's still a fledgling. It's hard for him to control his.
No. Oh my God, please tell me that. Oh God, that was horrible. Oh no. Oh my God.
Let's see if it goes back down. Let's see. Okay. Let me just see what the heck's going on.
Don't leave. Oh no. Okay, now I'm really getting worried. No. Like, couldn't he just have a snack before he came? Like, so he wouldn't be hungry?
Yeah, but I have a feeling it's like it's tender and new and it's kind of like veal.
My last
Oh God.
was in the year 2000.
Some white.
So late.
I want our readers to understand that.
Okay. Did you eat the baby?
I sit here, a master of my instincts.
Oh my God, he did.
What about the others out there? Have they mastered theirs?
Just the opposite. Most of them are slaves to the blood. Exhausted from decades, centuries of hiding, giddy to increase their numbers.
2 questions. Did you eat the baby? And is the pandemic the opening they've been waiting for?
Pandemic, the unraveling of geopolitical foundations.
And you know this how? You guys have a thread on 8chan?
Our thoughts can travel thousands of miles to one another. I can
Wait, really?
sit out on my balcony, close my eyes, and their plotting speaks to me. One of them, a brute in Madagascar, called it the Great Conversion.
The baby.
Yeah, I kind of really want to know. Okay, so he didn't, but he had to leave. Okay.
I had him in my arms.
Oh,
I was ready to tear into it. I'm never gonna get control over it.
You've been skipping meals lately. Don't think I haven't noticed.
It's my nephew.
You have to stop seeing them, Louis. I'll grow fearful of you if they haven't already. It's a rite of passage for all of us. If you love your family, as I know you do, spare them all the pain that you are causing them.
Ain't never gonna have a family of my own, am I? No sons, no daughters. Stole me in the incinerator.
Ouch.
Make another one.
What a waste that would be. I have 2 centuries walked this earth and can report You have no twin. No one as angry, as stubborn, as unaccommodating, as maddening.
It's not like trash to me.
As loving, as dedicated, as thoughtful, as imperfectly perfect as you've become. You're a challenge every sunset, Saint Louis, and I'd have it no other way.
Here's an idea.
That's called codependency.
Yeah, their relationship is fascinating.
Rome, Italy?
Rome.
I can't just pick up and go to Rome. I got a business to run.
Leave the Azalea to the capable hands of Miss Bricktop and follow the Appian way.
How you gonna get coffins across the Atlantic?
That can be an inconvenience, but not impossible, obviously.
Well, how'd you get them from ship to train to cab?
Change rivers can be jarring, I'll give you that.
Well, maybe there's a deaf, blind porter we can hire and kill when we get to the hotel.
Well, I have been thinking the Inglaterra. Imagine hunting between the Cafe Greco and the Spanish Steps. But you've made your point. Pity. We'll just have to settle for Rome coming to us.
Another opera.
Not another opera. Donizetti's comic masterpiece, Don Pasquale. I was an acquaintance of his, and I saw the premiere at the Salvin to do 73 years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
I almost stayed my nephew, Lestat.
American debut. So the orchestra should be an exhibit form. I had
Oh my
a private
God.
box, and I had tuxedos made. I've been neglectful about
Yeah.
The steadfast pupil deserves a divine reward.
He had a way about him those first years, Lestat. Preternaturally charming, occasionally thoughtful. He was my murderer, my mentor, my lover, and my maker. All of those things at once. He didn't choose me to be his doormat. I knew he enjoyed it when I fought back, but there was present a kind of worship on my part. The earth beneath me always felt liquid. The status I enjoyed in Storyville did not extend itself to the operators and patrons of the French Opera House on Bourbon and Toulouse. We did what we always did to avoid conflicts there. I performed as his valet.
Oh no. Oh.
Once we found our seats, remained standing in the back of the box until the lights went down and only drew next to him once the overture had begun.
That is awful.
He had a way about him, so that as I sat there trying to practice restraint, simmering in my indignation,
Yeah.
Lestat seized it as opportunity to disarm me.
There's one thing about being a vampire that I most fear above all else. And that is loneliness. You can't imagine the emptiness. The void stretching out for decades at a time. You take this feeling away from me, Louis.
Oh.
And take precaution. And never part.
How many of us are out there? We can't be the only ones.
How many vampires? Not many, I'm afraid. Maybe 100. 101.
The touring production of Don Pasquale was a cheap affair. But The Soprano was everything Lestat said she would be. And music. That was where
This is my world.
from food.
Oh.
Music pierced his damned
I haven't done this opera, but I've done several.
Ooh.
creation of it existed on an elevated plane in his eyes. I was moved to see he too had his human attachments. And this woman sang for us, it seemed. Articulating the difficult love we often had trouble expressing ourselves. There was one issue, however, that threatened to pop the bubble of our Italian holiday. And that was the tenor playing her Ernesto.
Jesus.
To be kind, he did not live in the Sopranos' vocal stratosphere.
That's it. Yeah. He was in a completely different galaxy.
Oh.
Ay.
Unamused.
Oh no, he's going to get angry.
I'm very picky about this stuff too because I'm classically trained in this.
Okay,
But
okay.
My husband is even more so. He would kill. He witnessed something like this.
I mean, just look at Lestat. Yeah, he's like boiling with rage. Oh my god. Ooh. Youse.
He's gonna mark every place he makes a mistake. Bye.
Oh no, yeah, he's going to kill him.
The audience didn't seem to notice. And so Lestat oscillated his disdain between the tenor and the witless swamp dwellers in the seats below. The curtain fell like a guillotine.
Oh, poor guy.
Mock appreciation, which could mean only one thing. The hunt was on.
Yep.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Yeah. Oof.
As rounds were bought and fake praise was lavished upon the mark.
Wrong.
He sat the
He's making him sing. Oh my god.
and sang as it was written.
Oh.
All the doubts.
Well, I mean, in Lestat's defense, he knew the composer.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreeable.
But poor guy. I mean, that is so cruel. He's destroying him before killing him. That is awful. It's so awful.
Qui e qui. E dove è finita la tua voce? Sto tarando prematuramente il nostro povero Domenico Gaetano Maria. E come faccio io a sapere tutto ciò? Ero nel suo salato quando l'ha scritta.
Oh.
Some no more of your sound can pollute this world.
Why do you do this, Lestat?
Ooh.
Well, I like to do it. I enjoy it.
Well, I don't. You don't have to humiliate him. Well, I don't say that you have to enjoy it! Kill them swiftly if you have to, but do it! Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
Yeah. Yep.
Come now, love. Let's get you to the couch to die.
I was in denial. For in bringing death, Lestat was an artist. He had cut the man tenderly so that he could not call for help.
Ooh.
But also so that his death was slow, meditative, and I felt a charge witnessing it. I listened.
Oh my god.
As Lestat drank, and this time they came with vision. I could see his life as he remembered it.
Jesus.
Scenes from an Italian childhood, the Easter pageant in a mountain village, an afternoon with his father on the sea, watching the fishing boats slowly encircle a school of tuna.
Life as it is only known at the very point of death. You alone of all creatures can see death with that impunity. You alone, under the rising moon, can strike like the hand of God.
And I'll say it for a third time.
Such arrogance. Wow.
He had a way about him. And I was still very much under his power. We would drain the tenor for hours that night. Lestat completely enthralled. Myself pretending to be. Afraid to disappoint. Lestat was wrong. I was never going to be a natural I was never going to savor the aftertaste. I was a shame-ridden second, a fumbling, despondent killer, a botched vampire. I try to have a human dish once a week to maintain the thread. There was
Oh, but that's...
remark in your memoir about this dessert. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, he's really going to eat it.
What does this taste like to you?
Like almost all human food. Like paste, chalk, like soap.
This is the dessert I had after I proposed to my first wife, after I got my shit together. We were in Paris. Little cafe on the Rue Servandoni, up the way from Saint-Sulpice.
I know it. It's a beautiful street.
Alice, half of her eyebrow was blonde, like a mutt. She always dyed it back to brown. I liked it when she left it alone.
I love the art direction. It's just gorgeous.
I was going to say, it's... Yeah, the scenery is just... Oh my God. Wow. What an episode. You know, I think one of the things I'm enjoying so much is the way that they're mixing in issues with race and discrimination in a way that was not present in the original novels. And like the way they had to pretend when going to the opera kind of reminds me of like when I was much younger and I felt like I had to pretend that like the guy I was with was not really like my boyfriend, but like we're just friends or whatever. We had to keep this veneer of social propriety about us, just not to ruffle any feathers. And that's kind of what they were doing here at the opera in a way. I don't know. It just struck a chord.
You know, that's the thing. I think when people watch things like this, I think they don't understand partially what goes on when you write horror is you are taking the dramatic to the extreme because only in those moments can you truly examine humanity. And I think the vampires, because they live outside but still retain the memory of being inside, gives them that unique perspective of truly dissecting us as a society, as a people, as a person, because they're caught in this dark part of the world where they can peer in, but they can't be a part of it anymore. So the only taste I think that they get out of it is at that moment of death, which is why it's so sweet to Lestat. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Wow. No, and he was making some great points. I mean, because there is this perspective of, yes, you have like this great honor of being the life ender, and you have this, he said you can be filled with more life than you will ever have or something. So yeah, that's cool, creepy, you know, I don't know. I think I would kind of be like, the thing is, ever since I read the books, I was like, I would just be like Louis. I mean, I just can't fathom killing someone, like turning into a vampire. No, I would just eat rats.
I could, but I think I would turn it to the dregs of society, like corrupt politicians, barons of business who are just evil to their workers or what have you. I think that is what I would turn my attention to. They're fodder like anyone else. Why should they be spared? Do you know what I mean? And I would be doing humanity a service by clearing them of that rot.
Wow.
That's how I
really, that's so scary. Oh my God.
Well,
Wow.
I mean,
Cool.
I come from the world of acting. So for me, it's important to put myself into those shoes and really see it for what it is. My drama teacher had a great story one time where and this kind of encapsulated how I look at all of these things. Almost, I don't want to say dispassionately, but I look at it with a very critical eye. He was in it's here in San Diego, but he was living in LA at the time. And I think he said he went to go use a public restroom. And he's there in one of the stalls taking care of business. And the guy next to him in the stall over just started randomly talking out loud. And, you know, like as if he were examining his life choices up to that point.
Oh my God.
And he said it was kind of like the best acting class he ever got, because the man literally thought no one else was around.
Yeah.
And so he was just talking out loud about everywhere his life had taken him to that point. And he said that it was just this incredible teardown of what made him a man, a person.
Oof.
And so when my drama teacher explained it that way, I was like, I understand now what to look for when I look at these characters, which is one of the reasons when I see a really shitty performance, I can definitely call it out on the carpet, because I realize they're just walking through. They haven't really thought of all the permutations. It's not enough for the director to say, pick up this teacup and on this line and walk over here and sit down. You have to, as an actor, know why you picked up the teacup at that point in time and why you're moving across and why you're sitting down. You know, Hitchcock used to do this with the actors. He was notorious for not giving definite directions to the actors or motivation. He would just say, at this line, I want you to be here. This is your spot. But at this line, you're going to go over here and do that. At this line, I'm coming in close, so make sure that you animate your face. And it was a lot of the actors complained because he wasn't really an actor's director, but he always took the position, I'm telling you where to be because that's what the camera's going to be. It's up to you, the actor, to employ your craft to make that happen.
Cool.
You know, so it's kind of like, that's why when I see this and I see Lestat tearing down all of this and the way and the glee I kind of had when he was going after the tenor, believe me, that there are years and years of me having to endure some really shitty performers who have a bigger name, and you just go, why the hell are they holding on to this career? They can't sing anymore. And you know, so you have these stories that you sit on over the years being in the business that I kind of understand. I kind of get where Lestat's coming from. And especially if he knew the composer personally, it's like a slap in his friend, in this guy's face, you know? So that's just, that's what all I'm saying, is that when I have that kind of horrific glee in it, it's because I'm able to separate and sift out why it's happening and not necessarily make it a vindictive or psychopath kind of way about it. I'm dissecting it from a character level, trying to understand the machinations that got them there.
Makes sense.
All right. So that's it for this week. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us doing this episode and diving into Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire. This was episode 3 of season 1. We will then we'll be moving on. It was episode 2. You're right. It's episode 2. We're now going to be moving on next, obviously, episode 3. So like and subscribe, tell your friends about it. Let us know what you think of this episode. We would love to know your thoughts, so comment down below. And until then, you can check out Albert Nothlet at albertnothlet.com. I'm at sacollins.com. And all of this can be found at ropepodcast.com, including Albert's episodes where he's been on our show. So definitely go check those out. All right. And we will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what's that? Closing time. The bums rush in melody, dear.